Welcome back to Truth Bomber TV. We're talking about the coronation today and the coronavirus. I think that the creator is always using symbols and pictures and words and synchronicities to communicate to us different things and hit us over the head with them. So I believe that there is definitely some symbolism between the coronavirus and the actual spiritual coronation. So let's get into this and the story of Jesus. So Jesus supposedly died for our sins, but I don't think that's true. I think Jesus understood that walking through earth and staying in spirit was a test. And maintaining mastery over your own spirit, the human ego, keeping your chakras open, the meridians open, all of these things where we are basically walking on earth as a reflection of how God would walk on earth is definitely been a challenging task for me. And I understand all the concepts and I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I still have repeat patterns. I have dysfunctional things that I'm still working through. I have things that I'm still healing, and places where I can see I've picked fear over faith that I am now stepping into. So I think that the illusion is that Jesus died for our sins, so now we don't have to do anything. And that's simply not true. So Jesus was given a test on earth to walk through earth as a physical body and not ever drop into evil, not ever drop into ego, not ever close any of his chakras or meridians or any of those things, so that he could prove he was a living embodiment of God. And you have to be tested. You have to have evil. You have to have people who are doing evil so you can see what is inside of you. It's not about what's out there, it's about not entertaining it with what's within you. So it's important to understand that our purpose, sole purpose on earth, is to be a walking embodiment of God's energy through darkness. So when we look at what's happening with the coronavirus, we can see different revelations and tribulations coming true as far as there could possibly be a mark of the beast. They could want to use the virus to track us, to implant something on us in order to buy or sell or trade, plus know what kind of diseases, if we've been vaccinated, things like this. So I was thinking of pictures that had come through in different time periods that may help understand how our energy body works. And when we look at the history of art, we can see that there is a whole time period where they had this energy field above their heads. And I think during these times, there was less different things going on. Their foods were purer. They lived more from the earth. They were more connected to spirituality and God and Mother Earth. And so, as we've moved away from this, seeing the different energy fields and things like that has become not normal. Whereas you can find some healers that see energy, or like me, I feel energy. So, it's definitely a recognition that we have these different elements within us. And I'm going to do a video on our higher selves at some point. But the Bible has 13 apostles. Well, I believe those apostles are actually parables for our chakras and these higher selves. So we've got to realize that being coronated and the coronation is having all these energy systems open all the time. And we need evil in order to see what's inside of us if we will choose faith over fear. And this picture I took was trained to be a Reiki Master therapist, and me and my daughters did a ceremony to invite the energy to come in. And this is a picture, we got several of them, but I believe it shows some of this energy that is coming through. And if you go to full moon ceremonies or different spiritual events, you we'll see that there's a lot of pictures that happen where you can see a glimpse into the energetic field, which is what makes our holographic illusion. That's what makes Earth. That's what makes us and other people and all of these different situations, repeat patterns, things like that. Everything is symbolic. So the coronavirus may be an entry point for some of us to receive the coronation. So that's where we have to pick fear over faith, and we have to decide we would give up everything on earth for our relationship with God. So symbols that could be the mark of the beast are already being used. And I'm going to link some videos below. We've got microchips that are already used in Sweden. People are just saying, oh, this is so easy. I can start my car. I can buy and sell stuff. Elon Musk is working on a technology called Neurallink that is implanted in your head. And it's really just a tricking of consciousness, which we know, spiritualists know, our consciousness is on earth for a specific reason. We are this working orchestration of our repeat patterns, our unhealed wounds, our traumas, our failed spiritual tests. So everything here is necessary to be the way it is. And some of the things he talks about that's possible with Neuralink, it's funny because they're so symbolic to what the cities are, or what we call spiritual powers are: telepathy, bio relocation, remote viewing. All of the things that he's using in this technology in order to trick the mind are things that we are possible of doing without this kind of technology. So all of these systems are possible as far as in the hand. This one in Sweden being used is a little chip that they put in your hand. The Neuralink is implanted in your head. So we've got two things going on where I could definitely see how this may be a choice where you have to choose, and that would be a spiritual test. And everything has to be racked against you to feel like you will not be able to survive if you don't accept it, so that you can face a spiritual test and see what's inside of you. So it's an important tool to use Earth, each other, the holographic illusion, the symbols, the messages, and the body as a vehicle to do the spiritual work. So when Jesus was crucified on the cross, it had nothing to do with dying for our sins in my mind. I believe it had to do with him proving when other people are killing you and you have all the reasons to hate or ask God what's going on or do any of those things, that you will hold them in unconditional love, compassion, faith, peace, bliss. All of these different emotions and feelings are going to be important in order to really receive the crowning, the coronation. And that's when we get into the resurrection, and realizing that the Bible talks about reincarnation all the time. So once he had proved through the test he was ready for the next level, then that's when he rose again. And this is reincarnation. We are all rising again. We were using lifetimes in order to become this perfect orchestration of God on earth. So evil has a definite purpose, and earth is full of these spiritual tests that we sometimes don't realize or don't see. The body is just this temporary vehicle, and this world is a holographic illusion in order to do our personal work, because we know we're attracting everything back to us. We're attracting all the issues we have back to us, everything we hate, everything that is a negative emotion. We're attracting back to us and using this reality TV show called Your Life to work these areas out. So you've got to start seeing the message and the symbols in different ways in order to be our highest self. So I hope that's helped you understand and make some connections between the brilliance of the universe with using the word coronavirus and the symbolic meaning of the coronation. So you can check me out. I have a website. It's at www.narcissistnirvana.com. And I believe that's what we're doing here, is using narcissists in order to be teachers for empaths and to become our highest possible selves as a embodiment of the spirit through this land of darkness. So you can check me out here on Wednesdays, and I will see you next week. Thank you.